Hey, hi. Have you recently bought a pack of cards? I did, and I found something very fascinating. I realized when you open a deck of cards, something very fascinating is inside. Of course, there are all these cards inside. But the primary thing is there are specific type of cards. Like there is a joker at the start of the deck. And when you look through the deck, you will see that there is an order to the cards inside. In India, generally you have the spades in order, ace through king, and then you have the hearts in order, ace through king, and of course, then you come to the clubs, the ace through king of clubs, no surprises there. And of course, then you have the ace of diamonds and the set of cards that follow it all the way through the king. But I want to draw your attention not to any of these cards, but to these two very special cards. The two special cards is, of course, there is one more joker on top of that, and this one called the extra joker. The extra joker generally comes with a number, a unique number at the bottom of the card, which marks out that particular deck. So it's a very unique card. But more importantly, the extra joker generally also plays as the guarantee against any kind of manufacturing defects. And they even say they will replace the deck if it's unused. But I found that this is a very, very special card, unlike any other in the deck. Because if you take this card and you sort of fold that lengthwise and crease it properly like this, crease it to a point where it sort of becomes like a tent like this, and that's your extra joker card that you do it in lengthwise, and then you take the joker that you have, and the joker you fold in half like this. Any one of those two jokers would work. Actually, any card would work, not necessarily the joker. You crease this one like that. And here's where the whole thing becomes very fascinating, because you take the extra joker and you take your joker and you put that right in the middle of the deck and you open them out. You sort of make them face up in a sense so that you can see that you have the joker and the extra joker, and turn them over on themselves like this. Yeah. And once you have done this, you can see that you have the extra joker inside the joker. And this is where it becomes very fascinating. It all depends on whether that deck is actually genuine and authentic. Because if it is, and you sort of just tap it from one side like that, a little more, and you start seeing some magical thing happen. The card inverses itself and starts coming out turned over. Now you can keep going like this, or if you want, you could take that up again and you could make that card come back or go, in the two phases. I believe it's like a time tunnel, which the card sort of inverses itself as it passes through, as if you were going through time. Now, you could always do this. You could just take that to any one side or through the other side, and the card would completely change. But here's what makes it very fascinating. If you bring it to sort of the midpoint like this, and that at that midpoint, if you sort of crease it a bit, and if you just give it that tear right at the midpoint like this, you will see that the card is genuinely turned over, so that one card is face up while the other card is face down. And you look at the other side, they are exactly the same. And if you want, you could even check the number on that, because that would absolutely be the same card. And so it's a super fascinating thing. Now, the one thing is, if it is not an authentic deck, it would not work, which I guess means you avoided the guarantee. Perhaps you should think twice before trying this. Um, I'll leave you with that. Take care, stay safe, bye bye.